My name is Corie Weathers, and I've been nominated as the Military Spouse of the Year candidate for 2015. I thought I would take a moment to introduce myself to those of you who I might not have had the pleasure of meeting, as well as update those whom I've been grateful to do life with on what I've been doing and hope to do in the future, especially with the help of the Military Spouse of the Year role. First and foremost, I have been married to Army Chaplain Matthew Weathers for the past 15 and a half wonderful years, 7 of which have been on active duty. He is an incredible, down-to-earth, real man who loves people, especially his family. His love and support for me has made it possible for me to reach my goals, be a stay-at-home mom when our kids were young, further my career, as well as champion my desire to make a difference wherever we are. There is no doubt that he and I are a team. At times, I serve on his team as he loves on his soldiers, and other times, he's on my team as I reach out to spouses and their children and the community around us. Together, we have made it our mission to enrich and strengthen military families. We have 2 awesome boys, Aiden, 10 years old, who has an incredible amount of compassion for his age, and Jackson, 7, who has an energetic passion for life that only rivals his father. I love being a wife and a mother. As it states in my personal mission statement, my first priority every day is to give my best to my family. I am not perfect at that, but they are the joy of my life, and nothing on earth could ever make me happier than experiencing life with them. During our first assignment, I was welcomed with the awesome community and support of military spouses. I had no idea how much I would rely on them during such a difficult and dark first deployment. At the time, I was a stay-at-home mom, trying to meet the requirements for my professional counseling license, and also volunteered as a care team coordinator and on the go team for our squadron. Basically, my role was to train and support other military spouses on issues of grief in case any of our own soldiers were killed in action. As a go team member, I would go into the home of new Gold Star widows and support them during the most intense moments of their life. We lost 12 incredible soldiers during that deployment, and out of that came my solidified understanding of our need for each other and our connection to Gold Star families. As military spouses, we live with the anxiety of knowing that we could be the next Gold Star member. Our kindness, compassion, and mentoring for each other is crucial for our mental well-being. Following that assignment, my husband and I wanted to encourage more families, especially those who were separated by military assignments and deployments. We created Insight, Care, and Connection, and I learned how to develop websites to create an online place where couples could be encouraged by free, real content that they could access from anywhere in the world. Our free marriage curriculum called Enliven was written during our own deployment as a way of keeping our marriage strong and ending our deployment better than we started. It's currently being updated and will launch this spring at its new home, www.enlivenmarriage.com. Having a career as a professional counselor while also being a mom and a military spouse has not been easy. Employment and licensure portability remains to be an issue for so many spouses who are doing our best to bloom where we are planted. Having my license in Georgia has given me the ability to provide mental health therapy to soldiers struggling with the effects of moral injury and PTSD, as well as spouses who are burdened and weary under the weight of military life. My work with couples has expanded recently to treating teen girls in Augusta, Georgia. Many of them being military kids, I have been overwhelmed and saddened by issues of bullying, cyberbullying, self-harm and cutting, and extremely low levels of self-confidence. I have done my best to create an outpatient program for teen girls that provides individual and family therapy, as well as a successful therapy group called Fight Club for Girls. Their motto has become fighting together to win. In many ways, it reminds me of my relationship with military spouses. There are some things that you can only get through when you have someone who understands and is ready to serve. I have directed much of my energy towards helping organizations and nonprofits in the community better connect with military families. So many people in the communities that surround us are ready, willing, and able to provide help and services. The military, however, has understandable strict regulations on the issues of endorsement and sponsorship of outside support and resources. This impacts us on a national level. There are so many nonprofits and corporations who are struggling to reach the military families. This is one of the biggest reasons why I think military families struggle to feel the support of their fellow Americans. That's why my goal, if I were to become Military Spouse of the Year, would be to bridge the gap between military families and the community that surrounds them. Military families need to know that there are people in America that love them and want to help them. As a clinician certified to work with PTSD, of course I will continue to work with soldiers who struggle with both the visible and invisible wounds of war. As a spouse, however, I would love to highlight the needs that our current military spouses have. After years of putting their own needs and issues aside on the back burner to lovingly support their soldier, we have many spouses who are struggling, some who have already imploded or exploded under the pressure. Many of our spouses also struggle with PTSD, depression, anxiety, as well as high rates of suicide. The military tells us that behind every good soldier, there's a great family that supports them. For those that are married, these families begin with the military spouse. It's the two of them together that go on to make a difference and raise amazing military children. As a Military Spouse of the Year, I would love to be a voice for our military spouses that need the care and resources that are out there and are available. And to my fellow spouses, I would like to remind you of the role of kindness and compassion to one another. It's the military's tradition to mentor and connect with one another. My hope is that we will continue to connect face to face and be an example of kindness and love to one another. Thank you for taking the time to watch this, and I can't wait to find ways to serve you better.